Hello guys, good morning. Oh, I am so excited to get on here and share with you guys a little bit about what has been going on in my life the past couple weeks. I had fully intended on doing this video last night, but I got a super nice surprise from an old friend that was in town, and I was able to visit with her and her family for a little bit, so I just decided to do it today. And like I said, I'm just really excited to share with you a little bit about what's been going on, the transition. I have had so many calls and texts and emails and messages, and I'm absolutely blown away by the support that you guys have given. It means the world to me. You will never really understand how much that support has meant to me since day one in my journey, but thank you for all of the support that you've given me. I truly appreciate it. The big question on everyone's mind is, what the heck happened, Amanda? Why in the world did you decide to leave Beachbody after 4 years of dumping your heart and soul into that business? And I think it's multifaceted. There's so many things that went into that decision, and I don't know that I'll ever be ready to share every single thing. Some of it is not mine to share, but I came into Beachbody in a time of my life when I needed something to help me find myself again. I was struggling a lot with postpartum depression after my son. I had gone back to work as a nurse, and those 12-hour shifts in the hospital were killing me. I just wanted to be home with my son. And not only did I want to be home with my son, but the fact that I was a nurse and I was wanting to help people get better, and that's not what I felt I was doing in the hospital. I almost felt like I was dying a little bit inside every single time I went to my job at the hospital. And Beachbody came to me at that time, and it was a way for me to, number one, truly help others stay healthy before they got to the hospital situation. But number two, it was a way for me to stay home and be with my son and be present with my son and still be able to impact our family in a positive way. As you guys get on, if you can hear me, can you just give me like a couple likes or hearts so I know that the sound is good and I'm not just sitting here talking to myself. So yeah, that's where I started with Beachbody, and I grew very quickly. That quickly became my entire life. Awesome, I'm so glad. It filled me with so much passion, and I got so much out of being able to help people in that way. I didn't even know that that was an option, and Beachbody opened so many doors for me. I've helped thousands of women and men. I've helped them completely transform their bodies, their mindsets. I have been a warrior for self-love this entire time, and being mindful of the scale and making balanced, healthy choices. And all of that tied into Beachbody perfectly. It was a fabulous platform for me for a very long time. And it came to a point where I was feeling this pull inside, like, Amanda, you've got to do more. There's more that you're being called to do. There's more here. And I just assumed that it was more with Beachbody. So I put my head down and I worked and I worked and I worked. I was working a lot, guys, like too much, honestly. Now that I'm on the other side and I'm looking back, I was not present with my family. I was not present with my son. And it came to the point where the reason that I was building this business was not valid anymore. It was not what was happening in my life. I was struggling again with major depression. I was having anxiety attacks on the regular. I was not able to do the things and make things go the way that my mind was pulling me and my heart was pulling me. I'm a big believer in signs. You guys know I ask for signs every single day. Show me if I'm on the right path. Show me what my next step is. And now that I'm on the outside again, I can see all of the signs that I was being given. But at the time, I was looking for signs that I was on the right path with Beachbody, and I didn't notice the signs that I was being given because they were pointing me in another direction. And sign-wise, that was a huge wake-up call for me. It was a huge call that, Amanda, signs are not just you getting the answer that you want. You have to be open to whatever it is that you're trying to be told. So as the time went on and my anxiety was at an all-time high, my relationship with my husband was struggling, my relationship with my son was struggling because I couldn't even be social, guys. I didn't even want to leave the house and do things with friends because I felt like, no, I just need to be here working. I need to be sending more messages and connecting with more people and building and hustling and all of those things that I was told I needed to do in order to be more successful on this path. I needed to want it more. I needed to do more personal development. I needed to, do all more things, just more. And so I put my head down and I worked because I'm a worker. I'm not afraid of hard work. I work very hard, and it still just wasn't enough. In my heart, I knew that is not what I was meant to do. Hi, Laura. So again, I asked for a sign. I went to New Orleans. I said, give me a sign that this is the path I'm supposed to be on. And I got a sign that was real freaking loud, guys. Like as loud as it possibly could be. That trip could not have been more different than I expected it to be. And I came home with this overwhelming feeling of, what am I doing? I don't know if this is the right path for me. And again, dove into personal development, and it became very clear that the signs that I was getting were pointing a different direction. I created a document, some of you may have participated, that was a 5-day mind, body, and spirit reboot. And in my mind, that was a way to really see, like, is this where my heart is being called? Am I really being called to help people in a different way? My woo-woo side was really pressing hard on my heart and on my soul. And so I felt that was a way that I could just help people without being connected to anything whatsoever. And I was very quickly informed that that was considered a conflict of interest with Beachbody, and that I wasn't able to do that as a coach. I was not able to create ebooks or anything like that. And that really crushed me in a way, because as much as I love Beachbody and I love Shakeology and I love Beachbody On Demand and I love their workout programs, they work fantastically, and I will always say that, but I don't believe in my heart that's the only way that I am able to help people. And that was kind of a light bulb moment for me. I continued to ask for signs as I do. I got multiple signs through my personal development, through the cards that I read every day, through friends sending me messages from people that I had not heard of. And I had been approached multiple times by different companies and different people in different companies, and I decided maybe it is time to just look around and see. Let's look at our options. And the whole time, guys, this is a huge pull in my heart, right? Because I have worked so hard to build this business, and I never thought I would leave, ever. I said flat out, I will never leave Beachbody, ever. This will be my forever. This is what I am meant to do. I will never leave this company. I will do it for the rest of my life. I told my team I would never leave. I told my best friend I would never leave. I told everyone around me that this was not an option. There was no plan B. This is my option. And it came to a point where in my heart, I just could not continue to do the things that I was doing. There was a breaking factor, which is not my story to tell, but I watched my best friend go through something with corporate that I personally felt was completely unethical, unwarranted, and there was not a chance that I could continue busting my ass to build a business that could end up being taken away from me at any moment just because someone wanted to. And that same day, full of tears and anxiety, not able to breathe properly, I literally got 5 messages in my inbox saying some form of, Amanda, it's time to move on. And I remember sitting in my car laughing through tears, because at that point it was literally comical how hard the universe was trying to wake me up. And if any of you have received signs from the universe, you know, at some point you have to jump. And if you're receiving those signs and you don't honor them, it's almost like spitting in the universe's face and saying, like, screw you. And that's not something that I do. It's not something I believe in. It's not a way that I can live my life. So I didn't turn my phone on Do Not Disturb, so my notifications are going crazy. So I jumped, guys. I friggin' jumped. And it was the scariest decision I have ever made in my entire life, hands down. And that may seem dramatic. It may seem over the top. But it was the scariest thing I have ever done, because my entire life was built on Beachbody. Everything was Beachbody. It was my heart and my soul. And the fallout from that was rough. Yes, I lost a ton of friends that I really thought were going to be by my side no matter what for a very long time. I was told very hurtful things. I was in every way, yes, it was heartbreaking. However, on the other side, for as many negative things as there were 3 positives. And the messages that I get every day, the support that I'm shown every day, I literally cannot thank you guys enough. Like I started the video saying, I cannot thank you enough for your support. It has meant so much more to me than you will ever know. So, you know by now, the company that I've moved to is called Prove It. They deal in ketones, which is a magical unicorn drink. And it's almost embarrassing to say how close-minded I was before I made this jump, because I watched many of my very close mentors jump to this company, and I was so confused. And I thought I knew what ketones was, and I had no idea, guys. I was absolutely clueless. As a nurse, as a fitness professional, as a mother, I was clueless, and I thought I knew. I did. I thought I had it all figured out. I thought it was a quick fix drink that people drank so they didn't have to work out, and they had energy so they could lose weight, and that every single one of those things is wrong. Every single one. So when I started digging, I decided to try the product, and literally within one day, guys, an hour after drinking my first drink, my life, I felt like a fog lifted. I felt like a brand new person. I felt happy from the inside, which if you've ever struggled with depression and anxiety, you know how heavy that can feel. And the pressure of feeling like there is nothing wrong, I should not feel this way, but still not being able to control that or get a handle on it. From the moment I started using that product, that is by far the biggest difference that it's made for me, is in my mood, in my depression, my anxiety, and my energy. I am very sensitive to stimulants. I am super sensitive to caffeine and feeling that jittery feeling of like a pre-workout. And ketones is nothing like that. And I thought it would be. I thought for sure I had it all figured out, and I thought I knew what to expect, but I didn't. And it was completely different than what I expected. At that moment, those first couple days, I knew there was no going back. I knew that I had opened a veil over my eyes. I was now fueled by ketones, and there was not a chance that I could go back to a different way, because it made that much of a difference inside my body. So, moving forward, guys, I am ready to open back up. I did need that time to just kind of close down and recalibrate and process everything that had happened. But I am ready to open back up, and I am fully committed to still helping people. And in the last 2 weeks that I've been doing this, I've been able to help more people in 2 weeks than I was able to help in months of Beachbody. And that in itself is just mind-blowing to me. The signs that I am on the right path just keep pouring in, and I willfully accept them all, because it's always nice to know that you're on the right path. So guys, it's super, super scary to make big changes like that, but I truly believe that when you listen to what the universe is telling you and you honor what you're feeling in your heart, even when it doesn't make sense to anyone else around you, at the end of the day, you have to be okay with what you're doing yourself and for your family. And as selfish as some people may have seen my decision, at the end of the day, that's who it was for myself and my family. And that is my big why. That is the entire reason that I do what I do to begin with, and that is who I was taking care of. Those of you who have tried ketones already, I am elated to be on this journey with you. Those of you who have not, you're welcome to message me and see how you can get your 10-day or 5-day experience. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. And as the days go on, I'll be sharing more of what I've learned and some of the myths that I had and my misconceptions. But that is why I left Beachbody. I have never been happier. I have never been at more peace with my soul and my heart, with my husband, with my son, with my family. And it's been a great jump, guys. It's been a fantastic jump. I'm so excited to continue sharing with you. Thank you again so very much from the bottom of my heart for your support. And let's do this. Thanks. Mwah.